guys, so I want to talk to you about long tones. I know everybody seems to think long tones are boring, but that's not true. There's so many different ways to practice them. I want to show you how. All right, so the first way to practice long tones is simply putting on a metronome. I've got a metronome here. This is called Musician's Kit, but there's metronomes all over the place. Even if you Google metronome, Google has a metronome. So put your metronome to 60 beats per minute. And I'm gonna do 4 beats on, and then I'm gonna rest for 4 counts, and then I'm gonna go 4 beats again. And you can do this with the chromatic scale or the B flat scale, or any scale that you'd like. If you're in 5th grade, I suggest you doing 5. If you're in 6th grade, do 6. If you're in 7th grade, do 7. All the way to 12th grade. If you're in 12th grade, do 12. Another way to do a long tone challenge is just to see how long you can hold a note. So with this, you need any old stopwatch. Again, I'm using my phone, but you can use any stopwatch. And guess what? Google has a stopwatch, so there you go. So if you don't have a stopwatch like this on your phone, that's okay. Google has one, and you can just type in stopwatch, and it will see how long that you play, okay? So I'm setting mine as soon as I start, and I'm gonna start with just G because I can actually hit the stopwatch. So you can do a lot of those, see what you can do on different registers. So see what you can do high versus what you can do low. And you might notice that there's more resistance when you put more fingers down, or if you make the sound of the note lower because it's going through more pipe. Another way to practice long tones is by using a tuner. So again, you can actually Google tuner and find lots of tuners online. I'm gonna go back to Musician's Kit because I just like this tuner a lot. I like the way it looks. I like that it kind of looks old-fashioned, like my old tuners. The chord tuners used to look like this with a needle. All right, so I'm just going to test out some notes, and my goal is to have that needle right at 0. So no cents sharp and no cents flat. See if I can get it right in the center. So I'm pretty much in tune, and now I'm gonna see if I can play some notes and see how long you can produce that note in a perfect state of intonation, which is very difficult sometimes. So check all your notes, check all your ranges again. Ooh, I'm gonna have to work on piano because when I went to piano, it shot over to really sharp because my lips were so tight. Okay, so lots of really good things to check out there. Dynamics and your intonation with the different ranges of your instrument. You might have to check out that. All right, so another way to do long tones, another long tone challenge is to see if you can play crescendos and decrescendos. Now, what's really interesting is all of us are like, yeah, we can play crescendo, that's not hard. But the truth is it is hard because you have to gradually make that note louder. And a lot of us do this really funky thing where we give it too much air all at once, and we're going along and it sounds great, and then poof, and then poof, and then poof. It gets louder and louder and louder. So we don't want that. We want it to be gradual, just like the lines in the crescendo. So, and actually it probably looks like this to you. All right, so make sure that you're not giving puffs of air and that your diaphragm is helping your lungs in controlling the amount of air that slips out. So here we go, we're gonna start. I'm just gonna start on any note, and I'm gonna see if I can produce a smooth crescendo. Now, some people even like to try to do this with a metronome. And that's fine too. Putting it on a metronome can help you sometimes feel like a beat is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And my band director a long time ago used to use numbers. He would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we used to use numbers, and that helped us out a lot too. So if that helps you, use a metronome and you know, try to do a crescendo with no slippage of big puffs of air. All right, I'm gonna try 60 beats. Okay, so it is also really important to see if you can do a crescendo and a decrescendo and make them even. Okay, so if that wasn't enough, you could also decrescendo for 8 counts and crescendo for 8 counts. So that's really cool too. So the opposite of those. You can do this with a metronome or you can do this with a tuner, and both will serve you very well for being able to play your instrument. If you're a brass player, you can even practice long tones with your mouthpiece. So this is an added advantage. I wish I could do that with the clarinet. All right, it's a party! Make sure you always start your warm-up with long tones. Don't just go in there and start playing some crazy stuff. Okay, don't start playing some crazy stuff. Go in there and actually start long tones first. Those players that are sitting around you and they're playing long tones, those are the players to watch out for. They're going to sound so much better, so much faster, and it's because they're warming up slowly. Another way to practice your long tones is with John McAllister's Cinematic Long Tone page. He has so many different ways for you to be practicing, and it's with music, scores of music, which really help you think about the entire band. And while we're not able to be together, this is a fantastic way for you to practice at home. So do some long tones. This is going to help you sound better and create a better tone quality for your instrument, which makes you want to play more. When you love the way you sound, you want to play more. So get practicing, and I look forward to hearing you play at home or at school. Bye guys.